Hi Scorpio, welcome to Yellow Cardinal Tarot with me. My name is Carol. This is going to be a general reading and there is no date on it because I trust that when it comes to your feed it was meant for you. And so in today's reading we're going to be doing a check-in, and I'm going to start off with using the Tarot Galux to pull 3 cards for you. And then I'm going to clarify that with the Radiant Rider-Waite deck. So let's start off with looking at what situation, issue Scorpio's dealing with right now. And my cards were pre-shuffled before I came on. So let's just ask for one card for the issue, situation that Scorpio's dealing with right now. Whoa, I'm going to pick this one. I'm going to put these away. So you have the Queen of Coins in reverse. Otherwise, it would have been here for a while. And what's coming up from your shadow that needs healing? Now, your shadow is what's sitting in your unconscious. It's not what you're aware of. And it's everything that you've put away when you were a child, when you were an adolescent, things people told you about yourself. Big emotions are in there, memories are in there, and that is what's going to have the biggest impact on this situation that you're dealing with right now. So can we have one card for Scorpio for the shadow right now? You have the Two of Wands. And then at the bottom, I'm going to ask for some guidance from the tarot as to how you can start to heal this. One card. The Chariot card in reverse. And let's go to the Rider-Waite. I'm going to ask for some clarification on these 3 cards. So let's have a couple cards for the Queen of Coins. You have the 5 of Cups in reverse. And the Ace of Wands. Couple cards for the Two of Wands. All right, you have the Queen of Wands, kind of sitting sideways here, and the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. And the Chariot card in reverse, a couple cards for that. One more, there we go. 7 of Wands, and the 7 of Pentacles, 2 7s here, and that's in reverse. All right, so what situation are you dealing with right now? Issue, you have the Queen of Coins. Well, the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of my deck is feminine aspect to ourselves. We have 2 sides to ourselves. We have a masculine and a feminine side. Doesn't matter what gender you are. And so this Queen of Wands has, Queen of Pentacles has a pentacle in her hand, and she is very much lives from her body. She is very grounded. She is very, she's in touch with her emotions. She's very authentic. She knows who she is. She takes time out to get still and to feel everything that's coming up for her. And so I'm seeing here that, this Queen of Wands is here, but she's in reverse. And so there is a part of you that is not taking the time out to get still, is not in your body. You're not feeling your emotions. In fact, a lot of us live up in our head. Our masculine side is our ego self, and that's our head. And we tend to forget about that we have this body. And we don't want to be in it because there's things to feel. And I can see why you don't want to be in it, because this 5 of Cups is showing up in reverse. And so in an upright position, the 5 of Cups speaks about this individual that is very focused on these 3 cups. these three emotions, these cups of emotions that have spilled. And they've been sitting there for a while, you know. They're really, this person's really cloaked in darkness here. Maybe you're going through a real dark night of the soul. And so you're stuck on these three emotions. And you're not even looking, you know, this water right here speaks about emotions and how it's flowing in the background. Emotions are supposed to flow. They flow in, we process them, and then they flow out. And we're not supposed to get stuck on, you know, emotions like hopelessness that will lead to depression. And loneliness is what this individual is feeling, you know, and either of those two. And maybe some grief, you know, they're stuck on it right here. And they don't see the silver bridge, the silver lining on the other side. You know, there is a way to get over there, but they're just not looking, right? There's two cups here that haven't been spilled yet, but doesn't matter. We're focusing. You're focusing on those three cups. And it's in reverse because there's a real resistance on your part to dealing with these, not wanting to look at them, and yet there's this feminine, you know, aspect of yourself that says, you know, you need to get back in your body. You need to feel these emotions that you're stuck on, because there's a beautiful Ace of Wands that's sitting right behind these two cards. The Ace of Wands is the aces of my deck are like an offer or gift from the universe, and in particular, the Wands is it's the wand of our creative purpose, our direction that we're meant to go into. If we are stuck on emotions, we get stuck on it, and we don't, you know, see a way out. Sometimes some of us have just kind of said, well, I guess I'm going to have depression for the rest of my life, or I guess I'm going to have this loneliness for the rest of my life. That's not how it works. You feel those things. You get back in your body and you feel those painful emotions, and that's how you clear them out. Because there is another direction for you here. The universe is kind of going, you know, Scorpio, do you see this? There's something here. It's almost like, you know, if you go over that bridge, that silver lining over there, like go over that bridge. There is something over there waiting for you. There always is. When you clear out, you know, these big emotions like grief and loneliness and hopelessness, you know, we do that by feeling them and grieving what we've lost. There's a new direction here, but you don't see it. And it's right now, it's, you know, there's a resistance on your part to taking it, because, you know, you're stuck on these emotions. And so what is it in your shadow? What is it when you were younger, as a child or an adolescent, that is really coming up here as what needs to be healed? Because what's happening right here in your outer world that you are aware of is really a mirror of this inner world that's going on with you. And that's what really needs healing. It's like the original source that you have to get back to. There's something here that's replaying for you, that's coming up, something to heal from your childhood. And so I see here that, you know, this is a beautiful Two of Wands. Look at the opening in that gate. It's just gorgeous. There's like this light. And when you were younger, believe it or not, you knew what way you were supposed to go. You knew where you were supposed to go. Like we talked about the Ace of Wands, how that being a direction for you, a creative direction, what you came here to do. You knew. Two is at the beginning of the suit of Wands. It's like this nudge. It's like this inner knowing, intuitive knowing, if you want, because we are very intuitive when we're younger. It's like you knew where you were supposed to go. And here is the Queen of Wands sitting sideways here. Another queen, but this time it's the Wands. And she's the one she's, again, like I said, the feminine side to you. She represents your creative purpose, your creative direction. She knows, she's all about creativity, the feminine side to us. And when I say creativity, it's like what you were meant to do. It's like something that you could do for yourself that is like really you and really what you want to do. And here it is sitting here sideways, like, you know, you knew that there was something here for you when you were younger. And, you know, here's this creative direction, that's kind of this energy of it. And then something happened here. And then you get the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles in an upright position speaks about this, these individuals walking by this church, not even feeling worthy enough to go inside. They need some warmth, they need some clothes, but they don't even feel like they matter. They don't feel worthy enough to go in the church. And it's in reverse here, because definitely you didn't matter when you were younger. And I can see here you didn't get the support that you needed to take your life into that direction right here. And so when this wand is coming up for you right now and saying, there's a new direction for you. I want to take you in a new direction. And that's what the universe is saying. Right away, those feelings, those old feelings, you know, these feelings of unworthiness and you don't matter. This is them right here. This is them right here. There's that person thinking, I don't matter. That's where that's coming from. Believe it or not, when you are sitting in a lot of hopelessness, your hopelessness is not about now. And I know that is, I mean, I was told that from the beginning of my own healing journey by my own therapist that I still have. And she'd say, it's not about now. It's about a situation when you were younger. And this is what's happening here. You're sitting in a shit ton of hopelessness, depression, and you're thinking it's about now, but it's not. It's about when you were a child. And this is how this becomes a mirror, right? This is how our life becomes a mirror. And once we start to recognize that, that helps us so much. And so I journal from my hopelessness. And so what's the advice from the tarot here? Well, you have the Seven of the Chariot. I knew it was a 7. The Chariot card in reverse. And the Chariot card says, you know, here's this individual in an upright position. And this individual is trying to control these horses with his mind. I mean, they're going wild here in a lot of situations. It depicts the chariot where he doesn't even have reins on them, but he has no control over these horses. And I think for a long time you've been trying to control the situation. You've been trying to control this hopelessness that you're feeling. You know, some of us have to take medication for it. But whatever it is, you've been trying to control the situation for a long time now. But this is in reverse because it's not working for you anymore. It's just not working. Controlling this with your mind doesn't work. And you've had 2 queens on the table here. What you need to start doing is getting out of your mind and going into your body to start to feel some of this hopelessness that you're feeling, these big feelings that you're stuck on. I can see here that, you know, there is definitely, this is you right here. This is you that needs to step out. You need to step out and go into a direction, new direction here for yourself. Once you go inwards and you start to start to feel some of these big emotions, because this can mean 2 things for you. One is once you start to go inwards and start to heal some of this stuff, you may be surrounded by people that are not supporting you, by not validating you. This may also mean that maybe you might need some support. But it also could mean that sometimes when you decide to go heal, decide to get some help for yourself. You may be surrounded by people that kind of feel like they feel threatened, and they try to take you back down and bring you back down. They don't want that for you because they're just threatened by their own stuff that they need to deal with. And so I'm not sure what situation maybe you are feeling like you can't, do this journey and go inwards, start to go inwards because you're not feeling supported here. But the Seven of Pentacles is the last one, and you have two sevens right next to each other. And the seven talks about introspection, going inwards. And this is a card, the Seven of Pentacles, where I think for a long time, you've been committing yourself to something. Like you've been committing yourself to whatever it is to try to deal with this situation. And I think you've been sitting in it for a long time, spending a long time on it. And the universe is kind of saying, I think at one point, you've given up. You've given up. And that's why it was in reverse here. I think you're really starting to see that, what I was doing, the way I was controlling this is really not working anymore. And so it's time now that I start to ground myself and start to feel and start to get back in my body and start to really feel what I need to feel so that I can move on and go in this different direction that I think is, this Ace of Wands that's coming out for you right now, right here. And so I'm going to leave you with a video on shadow work that I've done, and it's about facing your own shadow, just to help you out. And I'm also going to leave you with your 2025 reading that I did for you, Scorpio. So I want you to have compassion for yourself for what you're working through right now. I know this is a very difficult journey, but it's the most important journey of your life. So take care, and I'll talk soon. Bye-bye.